Folks, this is Kevin Manajowski up at Port Townsend, Washington at Waterline Boats. I've got a 1974 DeFever raised Pilothouse trawler. She was built in Kanagawa, Japan. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say she's probably the only Japanese built DeFever out there. The craftsmanship is superb. And I'm going to also proclaim right now that the new buyer is going to need some funds and some vision to finish this restoration. She's a very strong vessel as is. She has been deemed safe to operate. She came in under her own power. The pilot mentioned that she ran very well. The Detroit diesels are the originals. They have a couple thousand hours on each one. There is a 12K gen set. It's an Onan. At any rate, she's a strong, stout vessel, and I think once the work is complete, she would serve the new owner very well. Lots of room, lots of space, big boat. These breezeways have been closed up, probably to keep the weather out while they were doing the restoration. It is on pause, basically because the current owner has passed on unexpectedly, and the estate would like to and would hopefully put the boat in the hands of a new owner that will finish up where they left off. We've got a lot of receipts. Most of the work recently has been done up at Seaview up in Bellingham. They've done great work. You can see the up on the bow, the bulwarks need to be completed. The anchor windlass, the pulpit need to be reattached, and it's got a very large capstan windlass that I believe it's a Keef. It needs to be repowered. I believe it is operational. Here you can see the back, the work on the transom, the all grip, the fairing, everything's just top notch. Everything's been rebedded. We've got receipts. A lot of work has been done. And currently, as mentioned, she is deemed safe to operate. She's needs some cleaning up, clearly. Here you can see they've got the plywood up to keep the weather out of the decks at this point. This would have been all open space. Here we have a nice locker back in the aft deck here. There is also an access port for the shaft room and a lazarette. So we're going up the starboard side here. The teak decking looks good. It's just dirty. It's needs some cleaning up, but the teak itself and the sealant looks very good. Once you move up to the upper deck here, you'll see we're going into, it's all fiberglass. It feels solid, hard. Prism lights on both sides. Here's the wonderful Portuguese bridge. They're great. Now you can see there's the bow pulpit and the anchor pulpit. You can see the bulwarks. They need to be finished and capped. The stainless is still on the boat, but this is how it was when it arrived. You can see back into the bridge area there. Got two access points to the walk around. Walk down. You see very large aft deck. You could get a very large tender back there. There is a davit crane. Robbins and Weber, I believe you could get a good 16-foot tender back there. It's See, there's plexiglass on all the windows, protecting the glass and the trim. So we'll go inside the salon here and take a walk through. There's a good foot above my head. I'm 6'2". There's so much room in here. Lots of natural lighting. Big settee. Obviously a television and a little electric fireplace. We're back in there. Here's the settee. You got access to the aft engine room. Aft section of the engine room. There's a utility space, and then there are pass-throughs as you go below. I'm not going to do a walkthrough down there. The lighting just isn't conducive to this. Great storage. She's a project, folks. She was valued at over $100,000 by the current intercurrent state and by the most current survey. Here we have a galley, very large galley, and residential refrigerator freezer, nice cooktop. Obviously there was a microwave back in here. More food storage. Lighting, natural and otherwise. Nice pass-through. Here we have HVAC controls, battery monitoring. A lot of the systems are functioning. I'd say 90% of the systems are functioning. It'd probably be neat to go through. Here we have a nice little wet bar. Going up into the bridge area. Here we got the Pilothouse. Now, some of the trim has been pulled and been repaired. It still needs to be reassembled. Great light up here. Almost 360-degree views. Huge Pilothouse. There's a pilot's berth there. We got a nice pilot's berth and settee up here. Doors or pocket doors. Well, they slide in and out. They slide open. Great space. Easy to get to any of the panels or the bus bars. Great storage. Here we have the genset controls. It's an anchor control. Here we have all our AC/DC panels. Right now she's running on a 50 amp shore power cable. We haven't functioned all the systems, but they seem, what we do have, they seem to be working well. Here we have the bow thruster. She was brought here under her own power. Once again, you know, the pilot said she ran great. The engines are running well. They're, I believe, freshly serviced. Here's some upgraded nav instruments. We got depth sounder and multifunction display. Intercom system throughout the boat. I'm not sure if that's functional at this point. Groovy cassette deck, if you're into that. What a wonderful spot. Nicely set up. Back onto the aft deck here, we have a davit crane. There it is. It's a Robinson Myers, I believe. It's I'm not sure if it functions. Little solar set up there. It's probably wired for that. That's already in place. Back up to a functional Flybridge up here. It needs some work up here. Old conning tower, that's coming out. They put a new tower for the radar up. It's been rebedded just after the helm here. Get all the controls. Yeah, she's a great boat. Other than the obvious, I can't get down into the lower decks now because just the lighting is not conducive to a video. There are huge spaces below deck. We've got a master suite with an ensuite, shower, head. You'll see those in the photos on boatshed.com. Any more questions or for viewing, set up a appointment and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.